Good morning, guys. Welcome to Tyler's Talking Sports. So it's either Monday morning or it's Thursday morning because we drop 2 episodes weekly at 6 a.m. Monday morning and Thursday morning. Monday morning's episode will be called Off the Record, where we talk about a little bit of everything. We just sit back, 2 guys talking about sports. My name is Tyler Hess. On the other side of the mic, you're going to hear from my brother from another mother, Tyler Castle. We talk sports. We're going to become your favorite sports podcast. You're going to want to listen to us. But Mondays, we have Off the Record. Thursday morning is where you find out what's getting ready to happen this upcoming Saturday in college football. We go over the biggest matchups, who's going to win the Heisman, who we think is going to win. We also talk about the local games here in Southwest Virginia and East Tennessee. So we're so glad to have you guys, but do us one favor. It's one itty-bitty favor. If you don't care, whatever it is you're listening on, because, guys, we on everything. We on all major podcasting platforms, and we're on YouTube, and we're on Facebook. So be sure you hit that follow button. Be sure you follow us, subscribe to us, do whatever you can. Every little bit helps, guys, and we appreciate everything. We're doing this for you guys, and we hope you fall in love with us. Love us or hate us, we feel like you're going to come back. Thank you, guys. Enjoy this episode.
This episode is brought to you by Next Level Fitness Club in Lebanon, Virginia. 1806 East Main Street, Lebanon, Virginia, 24266. They are a 24/7 gym facility, 24/7 tanning. They also offer certified personal training and certified functional fitness classes to fit all needs. If you're in the market for a gym membership, this is a great place to hit up. Hit up Ethan, Tyler, or Jordan at any of their numbers, and check out their website at www.nextlevelfitnessclub276.com.
This episode is brought to you by Little's Lawn Care. Little's Lawn Care is the all-you-need lawn care people. You need your yard mowed. You need your leaves blowed out of your yard. You need your gutters cleaned out. Contact Little's Lawn Care at 276-698-5104. Again, that number is 276-698-5104. You can text them and you can call him. His name is Brandon Little. He's an incredible person, and be sure you let him know that the Tyler sent you.
And we're live. Season 2, Episode 24, Week 13. This episode's titled App State Trip. App State. If you're watching the cameras, you can see the hoodies. If this is your first time joining Tyler's Talking Sports, we sure do appreciate you being here. On the other side of the mic, my brother from another mother, Tyler Hess, and myself, Tyler Castle, bringing you Tyler's Talking Sports.
Heck yeah, man. Love that intro. Great job, buddy. Good job.
That's it. I'm done.
That's
See
it,
y'all.
man. Leave it. That's it.
Appreciate y'all being here. Happy Thursday morning. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful week so far. You having a good week, Mr. Hess?
Boy, it has been a week.
You've been working, man.
Yeah, been working, but hey, I'm off all next week. So
next week. So he's taking care of the shareholders this week.
Yeah.
So he can prepare for next week.
That's right. That's right.
He's going to have to take the whole week off after this weekend is what it really is.
That's what it is. Going to have to recover.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be cold.
It's going to be very cold.
It's really windy outside right now.
Yeah, I was, so I went outside this morning. Guys, remember we record on Wednesday, so yesterday technically.
Yeah.
It was nice and warm. It was 57.
Oh,
Felt really good all day. About 2 o'clock, something happened.
Got cold.
Got cold real fast.
Yeah, it's down to 43 here at the house right now.
Yeah, it's 42 a minute ago. I checked.
And the wind is humming.
It's a humming. It's a coming. Got a cold front coming.
Cold front coming.
And the reason we're talking about that, guys, is our Boone trip is here.
It is. It's here. This is the week.
If you've ever been to Boone, it's a little chilly.
That's what everybody says.
Heading to Boone this Saturday, November 23rd. Kickoff at 2:30 p.m.
Yeah, senior day, blackout, hence the hoodies. These are the blackout hoodies that they will be selling to the fans down there. So this is what they have for the blackout game.
We ready.
We ready.
I'm going to let the viewers know this right now. I was going to pull out the banana suit because I know it's been requested. But, guys, it is going to be absolutely freezing down there. So probably going to have to hold off on that. But I'll bring it back for something.
Hey, off the record Sunday for Monday.
I might bring it back on just for the episode. Yeah, because it's going to be freezing and don't want to be cold the entire time.
That's right.
So, got to warm up. But yeah, App State coming off a bye week. Now they're facing JMU this Saturday at 2:30.
Yeah.
Weatherman Hess, what is the weather forecast?
Well, buddy, like you said, it's going to be cold. But
we going rain.
Here's the other thing. Right now it's 46 down there. Windy. Right
here in the northern region.
Next 48 hours, 3 inches of snow coming.
Golly.
3 inches for Boone. On the day we're actually going,
It's supposed to clear out.
It's supposed to clear out, but it's going to be cloudy, high of 40 with 19-mile-an-hour winds.
Woo!
So the actual feels like that day will probably be in the upper 20s, 25-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be chilly. But hey,
a little chilly.
Won't need no sunscreen.
You sure about that?
It says UVA index is 1.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate the weather update, the weather forecast for our little trip.
Yeah.
The agenda for this trip, we're going to go over this again for you all in case you missed it when we previously went over it. We are leaving from Hess's house. I'm not going to give out his address on here. 6 a.m. Leaving from Hess's house.
Yeah, boy.
Is that still standing?
Still standing.
6 a.m., baby.
Unless the snow gets real bad, then we may have to leave a little earlier.
Yeah, let's hope not. 20-minute supply. That's why we're leaving at 6. 20-minute supply for bathroom and stop near Boone. Always got to have that bathroom break.
Got to have a bathroom break. Got to get that food, whatever we need, a little hydration.
Whatever we need, little supplies. Supplies. Might need something for your truck.
Might need, man. Never know. Chevy might break down.
Are
you driving?
I can drive. I'll drive a truck. I don't care.
I like to see you drive a Chevy.
God, I do. I got a GM. Parking either at First Baptist or somewhere else. That's all I'm going to leave on that.
There was another lady that commented. There's another...
somebody's house.
Yeah, something like that. So we got options.
Yeah, we got options. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
We're going to look for First Baptist because we'll be there super early, which is what the guy commented to tell us. He's like, hey, get there super early. You'll probably have a spot. So get there super early. Cash. Yeah, don't worry. I got guys, man. Right.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Throwing them dollar bills.
Going to strip club. Dollar bills. Just kidding, guys. And then after that, after we go to First Baptist, after we get parked, after we park the big red Chevy,
yep,
we're hitting up River Street.
Yep, boy, River Street.
Level 3, big red truck, black Jeeps, Jello shots waiting for us.
They better be.
We'll be there early. Hopefully, that's what's gonna be funny. We're gonna be there super early. They're not even gonna be set up. They're gonna be like, it's gonna be too cold.
Be popsicles. Won't be Jello shots. Be popsicles.
It's gonna be a little chilly. Then we're gonna hit up River Street parking deck, level 3. Going to look for Mr. Lee. We got a cell phone number, so we'll give him a call if we can't get a hold of him or text. Make sure he's down there. Then we're going to head down to Mountaineer lot at the quarter.
Yep.
Leading up to the lot. We're looking for looking for Janus.
Looking for Janus.
Oh my God, I could have said a joke there. Then we're going to head down to E Stadium deck, and we're going to ask for Kyle and Pierce. Top level space, not going to say it. Then we're going to head to Peacock lot.
Not NBC.
Not NBC. Next up, library deck, top of the deck. Right side, elevator door, level 4. We're looking for a barbecue.
BBQ day.
Then we're heading to Betty's Biscuits.
Yeah. Somebody told us to stop. Our son works there or owns it or whatever, so we're going to stop
by. Legends lot. And to wrap up this entire trip, before we make it into the stadium, we're going to try to hit up Justin Lot on the way into the game. We're looking for Mr. T.O., not Terrell Owens.
That's right.
He gave us his spots as well, so we got another stop there. And also, too, guys, we got all this mapped out. I've kind of showed it. By the way, the mics are ready. They're fully charged.
Good.
Ready to roll. So we got those ready. And then, guys, too, as you can see here, we have a map of the parking lot. So
yeah, we're ready.
Trying to come prepared. We're ready. We're ready for questions, and
it's gonna be fun.
We want to get a picture with everyone that we run into.
That's the big thing. I want to get
pictures, get the content. The more content, the better. Hess and we're going to try to make it to the game on time. We're also going to try to hit all these stops, so we'll see what we can do. We're just going to go with flow.
Yeah,
we have an agenda, but if we find a spot that's like kicking it, we're kicking it.
We're kicking it. Yep, and if it's warm,
there, yeah, if they got a fire or something, we might stay there the whole game.
Which one of those had the surf and turf?
I cannot remember. I'll have to go back and look.
I can't wait. Leave it a surprise.
Leave it as a surprise. Just show up, be like, "Which you surf and turf?
You the surf and turf guys?"
Okay, next. See y'all.
Bye. No, it's gonna be great, man. I'm pumped.
Be good. Fun time. It's gonna be fun.
Yep, I think we figured out this whole Tyler's Talking Sports on the road, how we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah, we learned a lot from Nealon.
We did.
Learned a lot. Had a great time. Nealon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Fun. Shout out to those guys again. No free shout outs, but that was a blast.
Absolutely.
So local games.
Good boy.
Of course, on the top of the docket.
Got to.
Appalachian State versus JMU.
Big game right here.
This game's a blackout game.
It is a blackout game. Go ahead.
It's sold out.
Yep.
And JMU opens as a 7.5 favorite this morning, down to a 7 now. And I would project this to come down even further before kickoff.
It might be because of that weather.
Very well could be. Over under right now, it's at 58.5. It's a little high.
A little high.
A little high.
Neither teams, I mean, that is a little high. JMU's got pretty good defense. Appy State's defense has been a little shaky this year, but
JMU ranks, I have it right here, 13th in scoring defense, holding opponents. So they're pretty good defense team.
We're probably looking at it. It's a blackout.
I'm going to take the under. It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold.
That ball's going to,
going to be tough.
A lot of drop balls, probably.
A lot of wind. Passing game maybe a little iffy.
Yeah, probably a lot of running.
Yeah, could be. And here's the other big thing.
I'm going to go ahead and place that bet.
You do that.
I'm going to tonight. This morning.
When are you going to place it?
I'll place it this morning.
Okay, good. I like that.
Why not? I don't think it's going to be over.
You know?
I don't think they've looked at the radar.
And here's the other big thing here. Appy State's got to win these next two. Because
this is a must-win game.
They win these next two, they're bowl eligible.
Yeah, it's a must-win game.
Yeah,
they're coming off a bye week. They're 4-5, so Hess mentioned they got to win this one. And if they win this one, they got to beat Georgia Southern next week.
Yep.
So that way they can finish out the season 6-6. The Dukes, JMU, is impressive 8-2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So just picking right back up where they left off last year. Last year, App State did win this game. They won 26-23. But the App State has lost a lot on defense. That's no doubt about that.
Well, that was the game that JMU came into undefeated, and Appy State went up there and beat them.
Correct. Yeah, App State had a good season last year.
And here's
a little bit of a down season this year. I'm not trying to throw shade at the defense, but defense has been pretty horrid. I'm going to go through some stats here in a minute just to explain.
Here's a little nugget for you.
Little nugget.
JMU played Coastal Carolina in October. They won 39-7. Appalachian State lost on the 7th of November, 38-24. ODU was the last game that James Madison played. They won 35-32. Appalachian State beat ODU on November 2nd, 28-20.
Ooh.
And the other common opponent that I see here, they played obviously more, but another one, Georgia State. James Madison won 38-7. ODU, and then Appy State beat ODU 28-20. So they kind of play evenly against these other opponents, other than that Coastal Carolina game.
Yeah, Coastal Carolina's a tough squad.
Yep.
They're pretty well even. Sean Clark, the head coach of Appalachian State, said this bye couldn't have come at a better time. I agree. Because you got some notables in this game.
We're on our way.
I think he was kind of hinting that he knew TTS was on the way down there.
That's right.
Couldn't have come at a better time.
Exactly.
They're expecting us. They're ready for us. Some notables for this game. I did want to mention that the lead-in wide receiver for Appalachian State, Caden Robinson, he did suffer a season-ending leg injury and will miss the rest of the season, so he's out. So that's also, too, why I think they will lean on the run more, not just because of the weather. My big question mark on this, and this is a notable thing to keep in mind, is JMU is top 20 in both defense and offense this year.
Yeah.
So they're 20th in scoring, so they average 35.3 points per game. That's probably where that 58.5 is coming in at. And 13th best in scoring defense, that only allowing opponents to 18 points per game. If you look on the other side of the table, App State ranks 84th in points per game at 26.6, but ranks the 15th worst in FBS, allowing 34.8 points per game.
Defense been struggling.
So they're expecting on that over-under, they're expecting JMU to run the score up pretty high.
Absolutely.
What's the key to winning this game?
Hey, easy. It's in the title for this game. It's senior day for Appalachian State to win this game. It's time for their seniors to go out at home big for the first time. And just had something come up behind me here. Scared me.
I saw something moving over there.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on. What are you doing? Stole the ranch.
Gotta get the ranch.
But back to what I was saying, it's actually a homemade type they have at Food City. It's made local. No shout out, no free shout out.
No free shout outs to Food City.
Yeah. But back to what I was saying, it's senior day, it's a blackout. Everybody keeps telling me and you in the post, it's Boone weather. This game is lined up. They had a bye week. This game's lined up for them. And my key to this game, the one singer I'm looking at is Aguilar.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go out on top right
Joey.
here. Let's go out there. Let's throw for 500. He's done it before. Let's do it again.
500.
500.
Now, I don't want to give a score prediction because we'll get that on the game day.
Yeah.
We'll do some videos there, guys. Make sure y'all tune in. We'll try to do some lives. Hopefully, we have good cell service. That's been a problem going to some of these bigger stadiums. Is we can't get the service to get the video posted or anything like that. But we'll record as much as we can and get it posted when we can. So
absolutely, and we should be able to do that evening because we'll be home.
Yeah,
relatively
games at 2:30. We'll be home about 10 probably.
Yeah,
pretty good time, honestly, if you think about it. So yeah, I like that take. I think that's very key. Joey Aguilar has to have a good game. He's been kind of up and down this season. Mm-hmm. My big thing is the defense. I'm going to go back to the defense. They have to get some stops against JMU's offense. I think it all comes down to what defense shows up for App State. Is this going to be the same defense we've seen the past couple weeks, or are they going to be a 15th worst ranked, or are they actually going to play and hold JMU below that 35.3 points per game? I think if they can do that, I think we're going to have a very, very tight contest, and I do think App State could come away with this. As this is a must-win game, they have everything to lose, whereas JMU don't really have anything to lose.
Right.
So.
I'm with you. I like that. I'm excited, man. I'm ready to go now. Like, I wish we could just go ahead and be down there and go ahead and just get our feet wet.
I wish this weather wasn't coming in, but hey, it's going to be all right.
It's going to be fun.
Shout out to Dylan. Appreciate Dylan.
Yeah, shout out Dylan Wall.
I will give that shout out.
All those guys that watch us at his work instead of paying attention to what you're supposed to be doing. We appreciate you guys. Be safe. And as the signs in Kentucky say, buckle up, phone down, do your job, but listen to Tyler's Talking Sports because you can listen to us, guys. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple and all these places. You don't have to watch.
Don't have to watch.
So you can listen, then come back and watch.
Yeah. But you want to be watching this episode because you can see these beautiful hoodies.
Yeah, they're nice. I like
it. They're very comfortable, very stretchy, pretty warm.
Little thin.
Little thin.
But hey,
not bad though, but a comfortable thin.
I got me a nice Columbia base layer Under Armour thing coming in, so that'll be nice.
There you go.
May wear some thermal underwear. Who knows?
I'm wearing it all, man.
I'm
gonna walk to your house like this, 16 bundled clothes.
I like.
You're gonna ask me to record you. I won't be able to lift my arm. ETSU versus VMI.
ETSU must win. Go ahead.
Must win game this Saturday at noon. This game is at VMI. Fun fact for y'all: VMI is 1-10. So odds are good for ETSU.
Is that a fun fact?
That's a fun fact. That's a fact. 1-10.
I don't know if it's a fun one.
That's pretty sad. I didn't expect VMI to be that bad. When I started looking at their stats, I was like, dear Lord.
Yeah.
ETSU needs this. This isn't a maybe win. This is a must win for them if they even want to have a chance making playoffs. I don't know if they'll even make it, honestly, even if they win. Because if they win, they'll finish the season 7-5.
Right.
But that's a huge step for this program. I mean, it's still stepping in the right way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
because some of these games they've lost. I mean, they've 3 points. I mean, they were close in every game.
Man, I didn't realize VMI was in their conference.
I didn't either.
VMI has one win, and guess who it's against?
No idea.
The same team that ETSU lost to last weekend. Furman.
I had to think there for a second. Gotcha.
They beat them 21-17, VMI did.
Is that the Darius Rucker game, or is that the week before?
They had a bye, didn't they?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was last week.
I can pull up last week's notes. Yeah.
Oh,
Old Furman. Could be interesting. I mean, that's a far travel. That's a pretty far little drive.
I hope not.
That's what, about 7-hour drive?
Also, before we go any farther, before we leave completely stop talking about App State, I do want to shout out a group down there they do a podcast about the Sun Belt Conference. They're a Sun Belt Syndicate, and they have been very supportive of us. They both followed us, and they followed us with their page. I hope we run into those guys because what they do.
Will they be at the game?
Yeah, they should be. Pretty sure they're both like season ticket holders, or at least they go to all the games. I know they did a really cool live a couple of weeks ago. They watched the game from somebody's porch. I think it was one of the guys' porch, and they went over the thing. They got really good graphics and stuff, so shout out to those guys. So if you're into the Sun Belt Conference, any of those teams, they're not just App State followers. They both, I think, at least one of them graduated from App State, maybe both of them, but they follow the entire Sun Belt, and they do a deep dive. So if you're big into the Sun Belt Conference and there's a team you like, hit them up.
Hit them up, Sun Belt Syndicate.
Yep.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of their stuff. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they do really well.
They know their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably a good conference to follow.
Absolutely.
because I mean all your teams are pretty local.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff. Moving now to the big boys. The big stuff came out on Tuesday. College football playoff rankings.
Yes, they did.
They sure did.
They did.
We're gonna run through these real quick for y'all. So 1 through 4, slight change here. So Oregon is still number 1. That's probably a lock. Number 2, Texas. Number 3, Miami. Number 4, Boise State.
Yes.
Number 5,
Do you
Ohio
want to explain?
State.
Do you want to explain how Boise State got to the 4?
It's because they're winning their.
BYU.
You want to explain it?
BYU is the other Power 4 conference leader right now. But because they are ranked in the seedings lower than Boise State, they're ranked 14th in the playoff rankings. BYU falls to the 12th spot, and the at-large team, which right now is Boise State, takes over the 4th spot.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought they were ahead of, but they're both 9-1.
They're both 9-1, but the playoff ranking, the committee put BYU 14th.
They're ranked 12th, and BYU's 14th, based off the loss they had.
And that's the rule. If one of the Power 4 conferences is ranked lower than the at-large team, then the at-large takes that bye week.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for explaining that.
Yeah.
You had put me on the spot. I had no idea.
Oh, you're good.
No idea, man. I just do a podcast. I don't know stuff. So let's see here. Where was that? Number 5.
Yeah.
Ohio State. Rightfully so.
Hosting BYU.
Number 6. I'm gonna bounce around here,
Okay.
and I'll go through who's playing who. Number 6, Penn State. Number 7, Indiana. Number 8, Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Alabama. Number 10, Ole Miss. Number 11, Georgia. And to round out the top 12, BYU.
And to eliminate some confusion, I know guys are going to look at this and going to be like, all right, how's Boise 4 when they're ranked 12th? I don't explain that.
Yeah.
Miami is actually ranked 8th in the playoff ranking. So if they lose a game, they're out. Texas is ranked 3rd. They're pretty much a virtual lock no matter what happens to them. But then you got Ohio State, who's actually the 2nd-ranked team. They're number 2 in the college football rankings, but they're the 5th seed because they're behind Oregon. Alabama is ranked 7th, but because of the SEC being what it is, they get the 9th seed, which puts them traveling to 6th-seeded Alabama. Then,
6th seeded Notre Dame is what he meant.
Yeah, sorry. 6th-seeded Notre Dame. Alabama traveling.
Alabama travels to Alabama.
But then, this is where it gets weird. Georgia's the 11th seed, but they're ranked 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's because of the whole BYU, Boise State flubub. And then that they would travel to Penn State, who's the 4th seed, which that would be, hopefully Penn State has a night game if that happens. Hopefully they don't play an early game. And then you said Ole Miss is the 10th seed, but they're ranked 9th. So technically they're a loss away from being out. And then Indiana, they got them ranked 5th, but they're the 7th seed. So, with that being said, I looked into this. I don't mean you talked about this. I want to focus on the 2 lost teams.
Sure.
All right. So, Georgia, they got 2 losses to Alabama, Ole Miss. Ole Miss, I got to figure out who their 2 losses are. Do you know those offhand?
Kentucky is 1.
Kentucky and LSU at LSU. Okay. Tennessee's 2 losses. Arkansas, Georgia. Out of those 2 losses, out of those programs with 2 losses, Ole Miss and Tennessee have the worst of the 2 lost teams with one of their losses.
Sure.
With that being said, Kentucky is 3-2. Or was 3-2 on the season. At the time now, I don't know where they're at now. Where are they at now? They're 4-6 on the season.
4-6, yeah.
Yes. Arkansas is
at Texas this weekend, by the way.
Yep, they do. And Arkansas is 5-5. So to me, the big argument right now is, while I'm bringing this up, is Tennessee is the first team out.
I got something to say to this.
I'm gonna let you get your moment. SMU is the 2nd team out. But here's the big thing about SMU. They can win the ACC, and that literally tells me they make it in because they're going to drop Miami out of this thing.
Yep.
So, Tennessee is the one everybody's talking about. The stats show if Tennessee wins out, they have an 86% chance of winning no matter what else happens in front of them. It doesn't matter who loses, who wins out. If Alabama and Ole Miss, everybody went out, Tennessee has an 86% chance. If Ole Miss wins out and Tennessee wins out, Tennessee has a 93% chance and Ole Miss has a 62% chance. So that tells me right now the committee is looking at that Kentucky loss and the Arkansas loss. The Arkansas loss is looking like a better loss than the Kentucky loss. But
Absolutely.
What I did do, I've messed around on ESPN or something today for what I had on my lunch break.
Okay, clarified. On my lunch break, just in case anybody's listening from work.
Yeah. If Kentucky upsets Texas, the Kentucky loss becomes a better loss than Arkansas.
Sure.
And then that flips it completely on its head and gives Alabama the driver's seat for the SEC, drops Texas, which is probably still a lock anyway, and now you're looking at 2 SEC schools not making it with Ole Miss and Tennessee.
Here's my thing.
Go ahead.
If Texas loses to Kentucky, who would they beat?
They beat nobody.
Exactly. Unless you're going to rank them as the number 2 seed?
I mean, you talked about this last night. If you really,
they lost worse to Georgia than Tennessee did.
Yeah. And I mean, if you really want to, weigh some of these arguments been going,
and they were at home. Yeah. And they were at home too.
Well, here's a good one. Here's the last.
I ain't done.
Go ahead, keep going. I got one.
So I'm gonna stay on the Texas thing here.
I
think it's a little biased because ESPN's talking about how Texas just beat a tough Arkansas team, a very tough Arkansas team by 10. Right? They kept going on about how tough it was and tough it was and tough it was. But then if you flip the narrative and it's like, well, yeah, Tennessee lost to Arkansas. Everybody's like, well, Arkansas ain't that good.
Yeah.
So where's the bias there? Are they good or are they not?
Well,
if they're not good, then why are you saying Texas, beat a very tough team? Because
we talked about this last episode. First off, the committee chair should not be an AD of any school. I don't care.
Absolutely not. It should be someone outside of
he's just
anything,
pissed off that his
politics.
That his national championship team last year is 5-5 and looked like crap. Here's a good argument. Here's a good little stat here. And this is kind of toward me. Georgia has more ranked wins than Oregon, Penn State, Miami, Texas, and Indiana combined.
Yeah.
Yet, they are ranked 10th and seeded 11th.
I don't agree with that.
That came from one of our good friends from Tennessee, Luke Jackson.
Yeah.
Ball Daddy. He said, yes, hell has frozen over, and I am taking up for Georgia to show how ignorant the committee is.
Yeah.
If we go by their logic, Georgia should be the number 1 team in this, period. They should be ranked. They should be ranked number 1, but they wouldn't be in the top 4 because they ain't conference champion.
Right.
But here's for the fan bases out there. We'll move on from this because we still got a lot to churn in and a lot to go over. But a lot going on with this playoff ranking. But this has been the one that's had a lot of talk about it. If I'm an Oregon fan, I feel good. They clinched the Big Ten.
Good.
There's no scenarios that they can't win the Big Ten as far as regular season.
They're going to be in the playoffs.
They're a lock. If I'm a Miami fan, I'm shaking in my knees.
I'm nervous. Yeah.
If I'm a Boise State fan, I'm shaking. If I'm a Texas fan, I would feel decently comfortable, but I would have the Tons nearby.
I feel good because, the committee must love them.
If they lose, but they played sloppy, they haven't played nobody. If they lose a game, it's going to be like Texas could be the one team that everybody's talking about. Are you going to penalize somebody for losing a conference championship game? They could be that team, especially if they get blew out. If they play Alabama and Alabama goes and drops 40 on them and beats the crap out of them. BYU,
they haven't looked that great the past couple weeks.
BYU's got Colorado coming up.
Yeah.
Hold it. I'll be worried. Ohio State should be okay. Don't drop the ball against Michigan, though.
You got Indiana, who's undefeated.
Yeah, I got Indiana. I got Indiana coming this weekend. Alabama, just win your games, and you should.
They will.
Notre Dame, you lose to Army, all hell's going to break loose in this playoff. Because the thing with Notre Dame is, what the heck are they? They're not an at-large team. They're just a top 10 ranked team. Put them in a conference.
I'm going to chime in here. When they came out with the playoff rankings, they should have made Notre Dame pick a conference.
I agree. When they did this, they should have said,
you have to pick a conference for football.
Yeah.
Because we're changing the way the rankings work. It's no longer the same. Yeah. If you want to make it in, this is what needs to be done.
Absolutely.
Georgia, there's no reason they shouldn't be in a conference.
I agree. And they're in the ACC and everything else but football.
That's what I'm saying. Just join the ACC.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
And it would boost the ACC.
You play pretty much the same teams. I mean, you get away from. I mean, you probably still keep the rivalry like USC and stuff like that. You probably still keep that going.
That's their thing. They wouldn't be able to play Army Navy every year. They wouldn't be able to play USC but you could do home and home.
But you could do it.
Yeah.
We've had to drop stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all have had to drop stuff.
Yeah.
It
Georgia.
can be done.
They went out. They should be okay. Penn State should be. Actually, Penn State's probably one of the most comfortable teams out there because they don't play nobody else, and they've been staying.
Crap.
They've been
That's
staying.
the biggest bullcrap. I'm sorry.
But
I know Penn State. They're supposed to be good.
Well, here's the thing with Penn State.
Hess and I are SEC. We have a rose-colored glasses on.
Right.
As everybody's going to say if they're listening to this, but it's true.
Well, here's the thing with Penn State, and I'm jumping on them right here. I'm with their fans. They got one loss to the number 2 ranked team in the college football playoffs, and they lost by 3.
Correct.
So that's a really good loss.
7.
Whatever. Close enough. 1-score game.
They had a chance, 4th and goal. Yeah.
If I'm an Ole Miss fan, after you get beat this weekend in Florida, you might as well just kiss your ass goodbye because y'all are done.
Always calling it.
In Indiana, I hope they play good in Ohio State, but if they lose, I think they're out. So the only teams that I think are comfortable right now are Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, and Ohio State. And Penn State. Everybody else, I think a loss could end everything.
Even for Texas.
With them being the 3rd team, and
they do have Texas A&M last game of the season.
Yes, they do.
That's what brings me with Tennessee. Tennessee has Vandy last game.
If they struggle with Kentucky and then get beat by A&M, I don't see how you can put Texas.
If everybody else wins out.
Because what you're going to have is you're going to have Colorado going to sneak in. Army, if they end up upsetting Notre Dame, they're going to be there being ranked. Disaster's there. So if disaster happens, Alabama, Georgia, Penn State, and Oregon and Ohio State, I think are fine. Everybody else needs to worry.
I like it. Let us know y'all's thoughts about the playoff rankings.
I think they need to be a little clearer.
Yeah, I think they need to change up some rules, honestly.
Here's the last thing I'm going to say.
Because you're going to miss. There is a team probably that's not in there. A couple teams right now that should be in like the AP polls.
Here, I'm play devil's advocate here. If it was a 4-team playoff like last year.
Yeah, good luck.
Who's your 4 teams?
4 teams? Well, Oregon won. Guess you have Indiana. They're undefeated. That's what they base it off, right? Undefeated. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. You ready?
Yeah.
Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State, Penn State. That would be your top 4.
So you're going to keep ACC out again, the conference championship out again?
Sorry. I forgot Texas. They probably have Texas in that top 4.
You'd have the winner of the SEC
Indiana probably be out. Indiana would sit in that 5 spot. So I'd say Oregon, Ohio State.
So 2 Big Ten schools.
Texas, Penn State.
So you're telling me I don't agree with that. Because if that's the case, what you just said, you're keeping out the SEC champion and the ACC champion. And you're adding 3 Big Ten schools.
That's probably what they do.
It would be Oregon. The winner.
That's what they have right now.
I'm saying if we was going 14 playoff, though, it's different.
Okay.
Different.
I'm saying right now.
Oh, yeah, right now. I'm saying, though, if it was 14 playoff based off last year, you'd be looking at Oregon. Actually, you'd be looking at the winner of the Big Ten championship, the winner of the SEC championship. The winner of the ACC.
I thought you froze. He froze.
I was thinking. And the winner of the ACC.
I was like, did I lose connection?
And then the Big Ten champions out.
Well, yeah. If you take it all the way to the end of the season, I'm saying like if you had to pick right now, if it's down to the Final 4, I think that's what they would have, because that's where they're kind of seeding these guys.
So one more thing: do you think the at-large thing needs to be there?
No.
Why?
Because it disrupts it.
So what if?
I think it should be your 12 best teams.
Okay.
What
if Boise State?
Here's the thing.
Makes it to the national championship.
That'd be awesome.
That's why they got it. Because how many times have we watched college basketball or college baseball?
I was getting ready to say this. They have it there because they're wanting something different. They want viewership. Because if we just had the 12 best teams, let's just be honest, it'd probably be Big Ten and SEC.
They do want that. But the other thing here is you can't penalize, because they've been several
We got to get off this.
I know, but they've been several Boise State teams. They've been several BYU-type teams that have been very good every year, but they don't get no love because they don't play in the SEC and stuff. And they've been times that those teams could have probably beat the brakes off of Georgia. Boise State 4 years ago or 6 years ago beat Georgia handedly in the Georgia Dome.
Yeah.
It happens. So I think 16 playoff, you get your at-large, you get your conference champions, and then you have one more at-large. And tell Notre Dame to join a conference.
I think we should just do a 24-team playoff.
Do what FCS does.
Break it up.
32 teams.
32 teams, whatever. Do it like March Madness. Round of 64.
Well, that's what FCS does. They do 32 teams. The conference champions are your region hosts, and then they work their way through the bracket.
Yeah. Do it like that.
But they can't do that because of the whole bowl games, because they don't want to lose that bowl money.
Yeah, it's money, baby. That's what all this whole thing's about. Money.
Yeah.
Which games are going to draw the most money? NIL, I swear. Anyway, so week 13 matchups, guys. Sorry about that. We got on a little tangent there with the playoffs.
Got some breaking news.
It's going to happen. Let's hear it.
This is off the record, but I want to break it.
Okay.
MLB has announced that Skubal from the Tigers has won your AL Cy Young.
Nice.
And Chris Sale of the Atlanta Braves has won the Cy Young, the first time an Atlanta Braves pitcher has won the Cy Young since 1998 with Tom Glavine.
He's the 6th oldest pitcher to win.
Ha! How about that?
God, man. What a trade. What a trade.
What a trade. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. I was figured that would be something I want to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight's matchup, guys, if y'all want football tonight, week 13. Week 13 starts tonight. NC State versus Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
NC State done a little better than I thought they would. They're 5-5. Georgia Tech 6-4. They've been very streaky right now. Georgia Tech's favored by 9. The spread's at 9. Over under at 52.5. Right now they have Georgia Tech with a 76.6% chance to win this game.
Yeah.
How you feel about that one?
I agree with it. I mean, we've seen what happened to I just went blank on the quarterback for NC State.
Oh yeah, transfer from Coastal Carolina.
Yes. One that got destroyed. Had to retire.
God, I know his name.
Grayson McCall.
Grayson McCall. There you go. Nice.
I hate that for them. I mean, me and you were really high on NC State coming in this season, but I mean, the wheels just fell off this entire team. I mean, they were just doo-doo.
It's been bad.
And
Justin Jolie stepping up, though.
He is. He's leading them in receiving yards. My big thing here, though, is Haynes King. That man is an absolute monster. His stats don't do it justice for how good he is. He's dominates rushing the football. He can't pass anymore because his shoulder's broke. So he has to run the football. He only throws like 3 passes a game right now. But they have their backup. Georgia Tech's backup was the number 3 quarterback in the country last year out of high school.
Wow.
And he broke every one of Trevor Lawrence's records in the state of Georgia.
Jeez.
I watched him in that Miami game, and they put him in, and you knew when he came in they were passing the ball, and they couldn't stop him. He's really good. So I think Georgia Tech walks into this and just dominates on Thursday night in front of national television.
I'd like to see it happen. I think so, too. I think Georgia Tech's definitely going to win this game. I think it's going to be a little bit lower scoring game. That's why the over-under set at 52.5. I'd probably agree with that. I'd probably take the under, honestly. I'm thinking like a 24-28, 24-21 style game, so somewhere in there. Yeah. Give me Georgia Tech.
I like it. I'm with you on that one. I think Georgia Tech's playing good. Be honest with you, we got them last game of the season, as we do every year. It is in Georgia this year, so that'll help. But I mean, it's always really close. I don't think we've beat them by. I think last year was the biggest we've beat them, but they're good. They got a former Kirby Smart coach. They're gonna be interesting.
Could be very interesting.
Probably the biggest game of the weekend.
This is the biggest game of the weekend, other than App State.
Indiana at Ohio State at the Horseshoe. This game is virtually a double elimination game here because I think whoever loses this game is out of the playoff, and whoever loses this game is not going to be a Heisman finalist. And that I'm talking about Will Howard and Curtis Rourke. I think whichever team loses here, I think you lose not only the playoff, but you're going to lose your Heisman candidate. Looking at this game, Ohio State is 11.5-point favorite. The over/under is 51.5. Indiana's undefeated. They're playing with a lot of fire, a lot of former JMU players from last year. Great coach, Spaghetti. He got a big contract extension. Ryan Day has struggled in big games. Not as bad as Brian Kelly, but he has struggled in big games, made a lot of games closer than what they should have been. Going into this one, it's going to be interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. I think a lot of people are overlooking Indiana, and I think they're taking notice of that. Talking about their schedule, we just talked about it a minute ago.
They've been putting a lot of locker room material on the walls for them this week.
They have, but if you recall, I mean, they beat the brakes off some of the teams that we thought were pretty decent earlier in the year.
Yeah, Nebraska, Washington.
Nebraska, Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, they dominated them. It wasn't even close. I think they absolutely destroyed Illinois.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Rourke he's the real deal. I mean, right now he's got 2,400 yards on the season, 21 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. You look at Howard, he's right on the money too, 24, 84, 24 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Interesting stat here, though. You know, everyone always talks about Judkins for Ohio State. Nobody talks about Ellison. They're very, very close on stats.
Thing with Ohio State, though, is they got Junkins and they also got Henderson. They got 2 running backs with over 600 or 700 yards rushing. So
that's impressive.
They got a 2-headed monster there.
2-headed spear, yeah. That's pretty insane. And then, of course, you got Smith, too, for Ohio State.
The 17-year-old nobody talks about.
Stud. Yeah. So I think playing at Ohio State is definitely going to be a favor to Ohio State. I think Indiana traveling in there, that's going to be a tough game. But if you notice, Ohio State usually struggles, like you just mentioned. They struggled in the big games. They had a hard time with Penn State. They barely won that one. They've struggled earlier in the season. Nebraska was a very, very close game. Give me Indiana. I think Indiana's going to surprise the world here this weekend.
I like that pick. That's actually where I was actually leaning toward too. I'm big on Curtis Rourke. I know Will Howard was our boy last year. We hyped up Will Howard. I
like Will Howard. I do.
I think great quarterback. But I don't have faith in Ryan Day. You know what?
Something's in the water. I'll
almost go out on a limb and say if Ohio State loses this game, not only do they lose the playoff ranking, their Heisman finals, I think they lose the head coach.
I think this is a statement win for Indiana if they win this game. This is be huge.
A lot of locker room
icing on the cake.
Yeah, and I mean that clinches them in the Big Ten championship game. So Ohio State will be out of that. So that's another reason why I think.
Don't let me down, Hoosiers. I'm gonna say they win this one.
And that would be huge. Huge.
Yeah. I'm sure Michigan fans
would be the biggest win in Indiana football history.
Oh yeah, without a
doubt. They did beat Ohio State 6 years ago at Indiana though.
They can do it.
They can.
I looked at the stats. They can very well do this.
They can. But it was like I think you sent me the video. I had seen it before. They played 7 of the 8 worst teams in the Big Ten this year.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, is the Big Ten as good as what they look like? That's the big question.
That's the question mark with Big Ten, SEC, all of them. I mean, we'll find out whenever
happens. I think that's another reason why you need to have the Boise States in there because we're thinking all these big time teams are really good because of the conference they're in, but maybe they're no better than a Mountain West school.
Yeah,
parity's there. The NIL has caused parity.
We'll see.
So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Next on docket, another big game.
Yes.
This is a very big game. That's why I put it here. Ole Miss versus Florida. At Florida, so this game's in the swamp. This is a noon kick. Pretty early.
2 noon kicks. Ohio State, they're kicking at noon.
You got some big games at noon. Noon kick. Florida's 5-5. This isn't a must-win game for them. They can win next week and still make a bowl game, but Florida's been coming alive here past couple weeks. I mean, ever since that Tennessee game, they've really, I think, hit their stride.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, this is a must-win game for them if they want to keep their playoff chances alive. Right now, Ole Miss is a 10.5 favorite. I don't know if that spread's changed any since I put that in yesterday. So, okay, 10.5, over under 55.5. Right now, Espen has Ole Miss a 78% chance to win this game. How you feeling about that, Hess?
I done told you. I think Florida wins this game. My big question for you is, as a Tennessee fan, are you cheering for Florida?
Yeah.
It is still 10.5, by the way. And if you want to go to this game, you can go for as low as $41.
Yeah, absolutely. For one time, I'm going to cheer for Florida. It'll be this weekend. Because if Florida wins, it makes Tennessee's win against Florida look even better. And it would put Ole Miss at a 3-loss. So if Tennessee can win out, they're in.
Yeah.
So absolutely, I'm cheering for Florida. Go DJ Lagway. We got a lot of gym members out there at Next Level Fitness Club. No free shout-outs. But got a lot of gym members out there that love Florida. So I'll be rooting for them.
Yeah. It was like
Lagway looked great. They dominated LSU.
What's got me with Florida is they are starting a bunch of freshmen on defense. They're starting them on
Go ahead. I got something I'm gonna add.
On offense, and I really truly believe those kids are playing with reckless abandon. They have nothing to lose. They're freshmen. Their legacy will be made later on, and I think they're playing with everything they got. And give me Florida in this one by 10.
I think so too. I think Florida surprises the world this weekend. I keep
Yeah.
saying that phrase, but I mean that would be a huge shock to the playoff, definitely. But here's my thing: Florida dominated LSU 27-13, right? 27-16, something like that. Ole Miss lost to LSU.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's a very and Swamp ain't no easy place to play.
If Florida was playing the way they played the last 3 weeks to start the season off, we're talking about Florida in the playoff.
I think Florida be 8-2. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Got
another big game. Is this another noon kick? Yes, another noon kick.
Yep. I told you a lot of big noon games.
This one's the spread's a little closer than what I thought. We're talking about SMU versus UVA. A lot on the line here for SMU. UVA is trying to get bowl eligible. They got to win this one or win against Tech next weekend. Man.
Yeah. Got some games this weekend.
Yeah. SMU, I'm high on SMU. I think they play really good football all the way around. I think they're solid on offense. They're solid on defense. They got very good coach. They got a lot of good leaders on that team. And I think they're, if anything, forget Oregon. I'm going to move them out of the way. But out of the teams that jump from conference to a new conference, I think SMU has been the one that's like, hey, we're coming.
Oh, God. Brian, I broke my toe. Oh, I just broke it. Oh my God.
I think SMU has came into this one and they're wanting to make a statement that they wasn't no just Conference USA team. They deserve to be a Power 5 school, and they've proved it this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. UVA, man, they've been a surprise this year. I mean, they beat Pitt. They've been in quite a few games. They've been in quite a few games this year. Honestly, I'm feeling an upset weekend. I really am. I'm going UVA. I'm taking UVA over.
Woo! Cameron.
I picked UVA against Notre Dame. I missed that one. So don't
Yeah,
let me down this time.
I'm not doing it this time. After the way they played against Notre Dame, I just can't go with them. So give me Jennings and SMU big in this one.
Feeling upsets.
I like it.
Feeling another one right here.
3:30 kick.
Kentucky versus Texas. This game is at Texas, which will help. Yeah, Texas favored big, rightfully so. Kentucky's just kind of fell off the map here lately. I don't know what's going on with them. Vandergriff, not that good. I don't know what's happening there, but
I think when he played Georgia, he took a beating, and I don't think he's ever really recovered from that game.
They looked terrible against Tennessee. I mean, they were in it for a little while, and then just kind of fell apart. We missed kicks. Tennessee, typical Tennessee, let them stay in the game a little bit. But yeah, that game really wasn't even close. The Georgia game was close, but after that, I don't know what happened.
Right.
That was 13-12 that game, and then Kentucky just kind of fell off the map. So I'm gonna take back my statement. I think Texas wins this one. I do think Kentucky will cover that spread, though. I don't think they'll beat them by 21.
I like that, but
I'm gonna say 17.
I'm going to lean that way too. I'm going to lean toward Texas in this one, but I think it'll be a lot closer than the experts think. I think you're looking at 4 quarters of football here.
Yeah.
And I think Arch Manning finishes this game.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think Arch Manning comes in and finishes this game. I think that front four for Kentucky, they're a lot like Ole Miss, a lot like Georgia and Tennessee. I think they're going to get pressure, and they're going to. If you watch the film,
this team can do it. I mean, they can do it.
They very well could upset.
It's a must-win game for them.
Yeah, so I'm going to say Texas by 3. A lot closer.
3.
Yeah, a lot closer than the experts think.
I'm gonna say 17.
I like it. We got another Big Ten game here. Another 3:30 kick.
It's a pretty sneaky game too.
Yeah, game's a team that nobody was talking about earlier in the season. Minnesota playing Penn State. This game is at Minnesota. It's going to be cold, possibly snowy. I think the high temperature for that game is like around 20. It's going to be really cold, and I think it's going to show it's Penn State for real. And a lot of people are going to be like, it's Minnesota Golden Gophers. They haven't been relative since 2010. And better yet,
Minnesota's won some big games this year.
They have, and they've played good down the stretch. They got a great coach. Penn State on the road. They are 11.5-point favorite. The over/under is 45.5. That tells me that they believe that there's going to be a little bit of defense in this game. Man, looking at it, Penn State does have. I mean, you look at the rosters. Penn State's roster is phenomenal. They probably have the number one linebacker in the country. Probably going to be drafted in the top 5 next year. On the other side of the ball, there's a bunch of guys that we don't know. Probably a bunch of Minnesota kids that grew up in Minnesota, wanting to be Golden Gophers. If this was basketball, give me Minnesota all day. But I think Penn State's also in that same category of like, hey, people have been talking about us this week. Let's go out here and lay the lumber. Let's go out here and just dominate Minnesota, get us a good, solid Big Ten win. But give me Minnesota by 3 in this one. Minnesota with the upset.
I like it. Yeah, I'm leaning with the Gophers too. I think a lot of people overlooked them, like you said. They're 6-4. Nobody projected them to be there. I think Penn State comes in this one overlooking them. Honestly, I think Penn State's not really paying attention to them. Nobody's really paid attention to Minnesota. Minnesota's been in every game they've played. Really, I think maybe there might have been one blowout. I'd have to go back and look, but yeah, 6-4. You look at the QB stats; they're pretty well almost dead even. You look at really all the stats through there. Their top, wide receiver and running backs pretty much dead even as well. But yeah, give me Minnesota as well. I think Minnesota wins this one. I was going to say 3, but you said 3, so I don't want to copy that. So I'm going to go 7.
Okay.
6.
I like that, man.
6, 24-18.
So you took Minnesota.
Taking Minnesota.
I like it.
I'm an upset. I'm feeling upset.
Setting up chaos, man. Chaos.
It's probably not going to happen, but hey.
This is probably the one game I'm the most excited about this weekend. I feel like this is, if you're going to watch a game this weekend, other than if you got to watch the App State game on ESPN Plus, we will be on closer to the field. We'll be like first row. So
you might see us.
Yeah, you might see us. But that's the biggest game for us personally. But I think the game that's going to be the most entertaining for everybody is this BYU Arizona State game. And there is a lot on the line here. A lot.
This is definitely the closest spread this weekend. Yep. So it's 3-point spread. Rightfully so. Arizona State came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about them. They're 5-2 in conference. BYU 6-1 in conference. This game's at Arizona State. I think we went over the last time Arizona State was ranked like this high was 2014. So it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
I like Scatabo. I've been high on him all season. I have talked about him quite a bit. I called him Skater Boy. That's what I think he is out there on the field. He's just bouncing around everywhere. I think he's going to be a factor in this game. I don't think BYU's been slacking these past couple weeks. They've kind of hit a wall. That's what it looks like. So give me Arizona State. Another win. 9-2.
I'm big on Sam Leavitt. I think he's played really good this year. It's one quarterback I think a lot of people haven't talked about, but his draft stock has went through the roof. They've actually got him in the Heisman candidacy. They got him in the top 10 in that. The kid's doing great. He's got 17 touchdowns on 4 interceptions. And as far as your Scatabo guy, he reminds me of the running back from Missouri last year. The one that did it all for them. He reminds me a lot of him. But, again, this game's huge. The winner of this game propels themselves into the Big 12 championship game and looking like they'll play Colorado. And, I think Arizona State's the team that has nothing to lose because nobody expected them to be here. And I really believe that Arizona State pulls this one off. I think Arizona State wins this game fairly easy.
Cody Schrader. Couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, Cody Schrader.
I saw his face. Could not think of his name.
I thought it was Cody. I couldn't remember his last name.
Kept wanting to say Brady Cook, but that's the quarterback.
But give me Arizona State in this game. I think they win this game. Home victory. I think
it'll be tight. I think it'll be close to that spread.
I think it'll be. I think they go over. I think Arizona State by 9.
I think it'll be close.
Yeah. Another game. Another big game this weekend. A lot of people been looking at this one for a while all season. Well, when they realized what Army was, and I'm talking about the Army Notre Dame game. A lot of playoff implications here because if Army ends up winning this game, they're going to be higher than 24th. They're probably going to beating Notre Dame at Notre Dame. The committee's probably going to bolster them up to the top 15. And then if everything's happened the way me and you're talking, Army's sitting there as the highest ranked at-large team. And I think that will be one of the coolest things ever to see Army make it back in. They were your first ever national champion and see them in the playoff rankings for the first time. That would be incredible. Notre Dame, starting to click. Riley Leonard's been playing good. This game is at home. Conventionally, this is a hard game to practice for Notre Dame because Army runs that wishbone, old-school offense, a lot of assignment football, a lot on the defense. What are you thinking?
Yeah, we was high on Notre Dame and Navy, right? Because Navy was undefeated playing Notre Dame, and they just got dog-washed. It was bad. Coolest thing in this game is going to be Army's jerseys.
That's not those jerseys. That's for the Army Navy game.
That's last week. Sorry.
Yes.
I thought they was wearing them this week. Those are sick though.
And this game is in Yankee Stadium.
Oh, another plus. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Notre Dame or Army's field wouldn't have held enough fans, so they wanted to make this a big game, so they're putting it in Yankee Stadium.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome at Delta. Nice. So
Army
that being said,
Army is the number 2 scoring offense in the country.
I mean, Daly does it all for Army, right? I mean, he's the leading passer, leading rusher. He's already got over 1,000 yards on the season, so that will be kind of hard for Notre Dame to shut down. But Ethan Witt with Riley. I mean, I think this that look-alike, big guys. Riley's gonna be tough to stop, man. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna pick Notre Dame.
I like it. I mean, I get it. I mean, I get it 100%, but I just feel like it's in the cards for Army to be in that playoff, and give me Army beat Notre Dame in this one. Army by 3.
Army by 3, another upset.
They're going to kick the field goal into right field, and Juan Soto's going to catch it, and he's going to sign with the Yankees during that.
I thought it'd be deep to left field. Kicked a 55-yarder deep to left field.
Gosh.
Other games to pass the time?
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is the big one. VT at Duke.
Duke.
Ooh, Duke. Score prediction. Give me a score.
27-24.
27-24. I'm going to take the Hokies.
Okay.
31-24.
Ooh.
Hokies. Hokies. Vanderbilt at LSU.
Brian Kelly's fired. Vandy.
I'm going to go Vandy with this one as well. Yeah. Just because I'd love to see that.
Brian Kelly don't belong there.
Actually, I don't want to see that. I want to see that, and I want to see Tennessee beat them next week. That would look even better.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go.
I like it. A&M. Auburn. War Damn Eagle.
How are the War Damn Eagles this year?
A lot of drama, man. A lot of drama. Hugh Freeze is doing a lot of stuff again. A lot of drama within the coaching staff. A lot of drama within the players. Auburn's been at times looked okay, and at times they've looked like absolute just garbage. We'll see what
they're what 5-5, something like that, ain't it?
By the way, that LSU game is a night game. It is 7:45 in Death Valley.
Good luck.
Auburn is 1-5 in conference play and 4-6. Overall.
4-6. This is a must-win game for Auburn. Give me Texas A&M.
Yeah, Texas A&M big.
Yeah, Texas A&M's got a better coach.
But they could be looking ahead toward Texas, so
could be.
Watch out. Could be a trap game.
Could be a trap game.
Yeah. But Mike Evans,
Auburn's got Alabama last game too, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, they're done. Stick a fork in them.
Stick a fork in them. They're done.
Speaking of Alabama, they got Oklahoma. Battle of the two Crimson teams here.
Could be questionable here. This game is at Oklahoma.
Or is
that Bama?
I think it's at Bama, dude.
At
Oklahoma. At Norman. 7:30 kick, ABC. Bama is a 13.5-point favorite.
Game be closer than you think.
I think Bama keeps the Crimson Tide train rolling. 500 yards in 3 straight games. I think we see it again here. Give me Bama big.
Give me Bama by 7.
Woo!
Western Kentucky.
I know why you want that.
At Liberty. You don't know why I want to put this on there?
No, I know why you want Bama by 7 in Oklahoma.
Yeah, make our win look better.
Yep, I know what you're doing.
Duh. I'm biased, baby. Western Kentucky at Liberty. Who you got?
Liberty is a 1-point favorite.
It's going to be a game. These teams are I think they're same record, 8-2.
This game is in Lynchburg, 1:00 kick. Both high potent offenses.
This will be a fun game to watch, guys.
This will be a good one. This is on ESPN Plus. You can go for $19, guys. It is not sold out, so you can get there for $19.
I'm surprised it's not sold out.
Give me Liberty in this one. Going with the home team here. Give me Liberty in this one by 3. So go over on that spread by 3. It's a good one.
Liberty or give me death.
That's a good one to put money on. You can win money on that one because it's a 1-point spread.
Yeah, you can put one on each.
Or you could say Liberty by 3, and that's probably going to be better odds. I mean, you're going to probably $10 probably cash you out about $50 if they win by 7.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah. Hey, 7. Say by 7. That's more than I got to check that out. Go ahead.
You're welcome. I'm glad I put that one on there for us. Colorado at Kansas could be iffy.
Colorado at Kansas. Kansas has been playing really good. Jaden Daniels has been playing out of his mind here lately. Kansas is finally doing what we kind of thought they was going to do at the beginning of the year.
What is Kansas?
Kansas overall, I think they're like 5-5.
5-5.
Yeah, but
they've came alive the last 3 weeks.
They have came alive. Give me Colorado. Colorado's been playing way too good.
Give me Kansas.
Oh, I can't bet on the Liberty game because I'm from Virginia.
That's right.
You know why you can't bet? You know what? Tennessee's getting ready to pass that law too. You can't bet on Tennessee schools if you're in Tennessee.
It's because of the state laws, right?
Well, yeah, the fans have been death threats to students and stuff like that, so they don't want to have nothing going on like that. So that's why you're not allowed to ban on schools in your state. So never mind. If you're outside, hey, we'll be able to bet on it because we'll be in North Carolina.
Boom.
I'm doing it. Yep.
Boom pow. Boom pow chicken, I'll remind you.
Yep.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, give me Kansas. Give me Kansas, by the way.
Oh, you got Kansas? Ooh, I don't like that. Give me Colorado.
Kansas.
Man,
upset weekend.
I
want chaos.
Complete and utter chaos. I put Arizona State. That BYU game becomes even bigger.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Pitt at Louisville. Big ACC implications there.
Not really. Give me Louisville. Pitt's been terrible here lately.
Yeah, give me Louisville. Louisville by 10.
I'd say you're right. Brakes kind of fell off Pitt, yeah.
Well, guys, it's going to be a fun weekend. We're going to go to App State. We're going to have a blast. We appreciate you guys if you've listened this far. If you haven't made your college pick'ems, go ahead and get those in before Saturday at noon. I'm going to go ahead and make mine as soon as we get done here because last time we took a road trip, I didn't make any picks because I completely forgot about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get those in. I have deducted 13 wins from Trey Bunn because I have that power, so I'm trying to make it a little close on everybody. I'm just kidding, Trey. Hope you're not mad at us for picking against your Buckeyes this weekend.
Let us know what gift cards you want, man.
Yeah, let us know, buddy. Guys, we got Off the Record. We record on Sunday. The episode comes out Monday. If you want to be on the show, let us know. Holler at us, message us. If you want to be on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, come on, talk sports with us. You can talk about anything you want. But we appreciate everybody. That's all I got. Stay warm.
Stay warm. Stay humble.
Stay humble.
Thank you.
See y'all.